No, there's maybe some cope on my part, but the chair was like falling apart.
Yeah.
I wasn't like break a sturdy chair.
No,
fat.
I didn't. I wasn't saying you
But
were.
I know, but it does look.
It doesn't
it's
matter
just
who it is. You break the chair, everyone's first thought is, oh.
Have you ever broken a chair? Have you ever?
I have actually broken a chair. Yeah.
What was the scenario?
I think it was like, like those flimsy plastic chairs. I think I was at actually like a family party, and I was a fat kid. I just plopped my ass down, and it just fucking broke apart, dude.
Oh my god!
And they thought it was hilarious.
Oh,
It
no,
was hilarious. But it did. It literally looked like I was just wiping my ass with that chair. You know, like it just was gone.
Devastating. Have you ever broken a chair?
No, but I used to work at CVS Pharmacy in high school. It was a terrible job for a high schooler, by the way.
Yeah.
And we had these like little photo stools, like where you'd like develop your photos and shit.
Yeah.
And this like big guy like sat on one of the stools and it fucking like exploded into the ground. Like it just completely collapsed. And he got so embarrassed and then he got mad and he was like, "The stool's like fucked up. This is like an outrage." And I was like, "It was totally fine."
Yeah, like it was not made for 400 pounds.
yeah, dude.
To be fair, stool at the Kansas CVS should be ready to take like a ton.
I know,
It should
honestly,
be pressure tested.
dude. Yeah,
It should be a concrete block.
Yeah, I think it was just 400-pound guy after 400-pound guy for like 6 years, just like wearing that thing down until it just imploded. Like, yeah.
I feel like it's almost like if a European sat on it, he would bounce in the air just from you're just so used to the kick, dude.
Wait, speaking of European, weren't you just in Germany?
Yeah, I just got back like 2 days ago.
How the
that?
fuck was that? That sounded
Dude,
awesome.
it was great. Well, the first day I went to like a bunch of cities and we did some shows and shit. But the first day in Amsterdam, I like tried to microdose some shrooms.
Yeah.
And go to the Van Gogh Museum.
Yeah.
Are you a shrooms guy in general?
Not really, no. So I was like, I like a small amount. But
Sure.
that's fine. But we go into the shroom place and I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, we want to microdose
Yeah.
shrooms. And the guy was like, yeah, so that's not really like a thing. He
He's like, that's some bullshit.
Yeah,
That's
he just
some
like-
he's like, you either go hard or you go home.
Yeah, well,
All
no,
right?
he was like, that's like a medical thing for someone who's trying to treat depression. That takes like months to like establish a microdose. And we're like, dude, you know what we mean? We're like,
I just want a small amount of money.
I want a small amount of.
He's like, I don't want to cry at the Van Gogh Museum.
Yeah, I was like, go
You're
to the
like,
Van Gogh Museum. Like, what would you give me for
what,
that?
Can I still like walk around and do stuff, or am I gonna like say what does everything mean as I'm ripping my hair off in the middle of Amsterdam?
So he was like, if you want to feel anything at all, at least take like 10 grams of this shit.
10 grams.
But it's not like
But it's
regular
like
shrooms.
it's like
the
diluted
weak,
into
yeah,
a
it's like the super
chocolate.
weak shrooms, so
Yeah.
it's not the same as taking
Oh,
like
wow.
10 grams of regular shrooms.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have no idea what this means. So I took 10 grams, and it's like, it was like a full
You're
shrimp
like,
strip.
it's fucking. Also, mushrooms hits you so quick.
Dude, so
You
quick.
literally just eat it and you're like, I think everything's fine. Then like 30 minutes later, you're like, I just feel like it's so weird to be alive.
Yeah,
and you're
dude.
like, what the hell
My
have I
body
done?
felt like a slinky. I was in
Yeah.
the museum. It was like
Yeah.
hot and crowded. And then like one room you'd see like a painting of flowers. It was all twisty, Van Gogh style. And you're like, this is really beautiful. And you go in the next room and it's like, and then he chopped off his ear. and he lost his mind.
Van
And you're like,
Gogh-
ah!
Nobody ever loved him.
Yeah.
Except
Yeah,
when he was dead.
And then he felt like a
should I
shell of
kill
himself.
myself?
I know. It was like so
You're like,
fucking.
trying to, man, you think you're looking at a mirror and you're like, fuck, I'm missing my goddamn ear. Yeah.
I was like reading all the plaques and it was
Yeah.
just like crazy. Yeah, he chopped off his ear and took it to a prostitute.
Right.
He went to a
Been
brothel.
there, brother.
I know. He went to a brothel.
I've
He's like, is
emotionally
this...
chopped off a lot of things and offered it to people I barely know, so I get it. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Then I fled. I fled the Van Gogh.
Yeah.
I like had to
Also sounds
like
it's his
ran
life
away.
was a bad trip.
Dude, yes,
So
it was
you're
a
just
bad
gonna go
shrimp
look at a
strip.
museum. I heard like as a kid he used to paint paintings and bring it to the dinner table and be like, I'm seating with my friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was a fucked up guy.
He was a weird, sad, mentally ill
He,
guy.
like,
Before
chewed
that
on
was
paint.
cool.
Yeah.
It was
Before-
not. Yeah,
Before that was like an identity in Bushwick you could have.
yeah, dude. Van Gogh's a really cool trending identity in Bushwick.
Totally.
Yeah.
No. If Van Gogh was around today, he'd be like king of the polycule. No one would even think he's weird. He'd probably be the most normal person in his group of
An
friends today.
unsuccessful artist?
Yeah,
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
He'd be on our podcast. And he
An
wouldn't even-
unsuccessful
we'd be
artist,
like-
it's like eventually people are going to realize I'm a genius. Yeah.
Yeah. It's everyone you bump into in New York. Except he
dude,
actually
that-
committed to something with cutting off the air.
But he was just fucking living in what, fucking Holland.
Yeah.
In like the 1800s, dude. That would suck. Just
That would
fucking
suck pretty hard.
In a,
Insane.
in a house alone painting.
And you're
that.
like, what if flowers were squiggly?
Yeah, it's like,
And everyone's like,
oh no, that's all they are.
He's out of it.
It's like you revolutionized the industry. It's literally just an insane person painting insanely. Because
Well,
it's
what if the Starry Night was painted from the window of the insane
insane-
asylum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
you
also
would,
kind of like okay. Like what's
Yeah.
these are painting sips right here. If this was in an art museum, would you be like, and I told you it was you were supposed to care about it, would you know it's bullshit?
I'm sorry, I would. Yeah.
Wait, so
you would?
time out. You painted this at a paint
No.
stick?
A woman I went on a date with once.
Oh, okay.
No, almost.
And then you kept it forever?
Well, I paid for it. I paid $80 for the painted sip. I'm keeping the
I gotta
fucking
keep her
painting.
shitty painting for the rest of my
I'm
life.
keeping this fine painting. I don't know. If someone told me like I have to care about this, I don't know if I could tell the difference.
What is that dome? Is that the Las Vegas Sphere? What is that? What is that supposed to be?
It's a moon. It's
like-
fun. $40 a painting. That's solid.
The moon? Is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I could tell the difference.
Yeah, no, 100%. That is not.
No,
Starry
Van
Night.
Gogh's like, I'm gonna fight you on this. Van Gogh's like a good artist.
That's my
It's not
grandma's
like-
art right there.
You said what?
That's my grandma's art right there.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
It's not Vincent Van Gogh. Like, it's not all a pyramid scheme.
It's all right. I don't know
Yeah,
if it's
there is
that
a difference.
great.
No, it's like we're doing the
I don't
thing
know
of like
if it's that
the
great. A
people.
lot of a museum is like people telling you have to feel something. It's like in church. Like, don't you
Sure,
feel it? And I'm
but-
like, no.
But it's also but this is sounding like the people that don't like sports that are like, oh, sorry, you throw a ball in a hoop and I'm supposed to care, and it's like, okay, but like Vincent Van Gogh is it like, sorry, there's colors on a thing and I'm supposed to,
I don't
because
think it's
Mr.
that
Sportsman says
Is that art? I can have an opinion. I don't think it's that fucking
you
great.
can have an opinion,
He's a bit
but also
yeah,
the sky is orange is my opinion. You know
But
what I mean?
your opinion is like Tom Brady stinks. It's like okay, but he did
I
kind of
just
shred
don't
it.
I don't think he's nothing to. Oh, listen, I'm happy that a guy who had a miserable life, people loved him late. I root that for all of my friends with miserable lives.
Yeah.
I hope every one of my friends has a Vincent Van Gogh level, like people they listen to their Patreons in a museum in perpetuity after they cut off some part of themselves.
Can you
But
imagine
I just
there's-
don't. I don't feel a lot when I look at Starry Night.
No, it's
I
also
don't feel a lot.
dude. Well, the thing with Starry Night is
I like Severance.
it's
I like TV. I like other shit.
I like TV.
I have other stuff that I like. I
It's
just
like,
feel like museums where I'm always like, you sit, you stare. It's like, okay.
One thing a lot too. Oh no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, Starry Night, the painting feels like the song Margaritaville, where it's
Yeah.
like I've heard it / seen it so many times that it's like meaningless to me.
But then you
But,
listen to
like-
the lyrics, kind of good.
Dude, but if I saw it for the first time ever, heard it for the first time ever, it'd be like pretty good. But
I would.
Like,
I,
this should be one of the most famous things of all
yeah,
time.
yeah.
But
This
then
is
when
like
it is, you're
incredible.
like, oh, this is one of the most famous things of all time.
You just see
Yeah.
it every day,
Yeah.
hear it every day.
well, you get you're bringing me back. Using the Margaritaville as a motivator is like maybe he's got something.
Dude, he was the Jimmy Buffett of painting, I think. There you go.
I wish,
100%.
yeah.
Definitely now with how much it's like merchandised and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you're like, why is
Yeah,
this
yeah.
in Times Square?
Yeah, exactly. It's like every screensaver for every mom on a flight. You know,
It
just
really
see, like,
is
Starry
crazy
Night.
how like, because there is that thing where like, an image gets reproduced so many times. You're like, now it is kind of like kitschy and cheap.
Yeah.
Because it's so like mass. Like the Mona Lisa is kind of like that, where you're like, this is amazing, but this is also like airbrushed on like T-shirts at Venice Beach. You know, like it's like becomes so popular that it's like cheap again.
Yeah, and then you go and see it, and it's like this big. You know, there's like 50
Yeah,
people.
when shit is small.
That, what the fuck?
That's such a.
Why is it
You're not
small?
even- you can't be like you're an idiot for not liking Van Gogh. Oh, this guy, this is fucking small, dude. How am I supposed to love anything that's small?
I can't-
Everything. Look, my truck's big. I'm big. If it ain't big, what's the point? I got on a big old plane to look at a small square. That math ain't end up.
I can't love a small painting. I have
Yeah.
no love for it in my heart. It's gotta be huge.
Yeah.
In my
So I
Tinder
think
bio,
that-
it's
you know
like 5'5" by 5'5" at least.
yeah.
Yeah, you're like a girl unhinged.
Yeah, I'm a
I don't
size
know.
queen for paintings, big time.
I actually think that's true. When there's the ones that it's a giant purple, circle, I'm like, that's 8 feet big. That is so big.
How did
How'd they
wow.
fit that in the
Ladder, you
museum?
had to get on a ladder.
Yeah.
But it means this one means that he had to stand on a ladder. This painting's about standing on ladders.
Is Mona Lisa bigger anywhere in this museum?
Donald Trump comes out with the big Mona Lisa to tackle.
That's what
Remember the big Mona Lisa with big tits? He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
the tits are big and she's actually fuckable. We're doing
We're finally gonna make her smile. Just like
the biggest smile you've ever seen. Yeah, just sounds of all
like the
Jewish
duck
guy.
lips, you know.
Yeah. Who's that for?
Duck lips?
Yeah, in a selfie.
I want to know too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have such an annoying
I
answer
saw
for this.
about 80 people do that yesterday at Margaritaville.
Really?
Yeah, I
mean,
saw
that's
the
a
amount
great-
of people I was sitting there, as you do, trying to take in the goddamn skyline.
Did you go there to
Margaritaville
write?
is like a time
I go
capsule.
to Margaritaville to write.
Yeah.
Connect with the great artist
Yeah,
Jimmy
we just
Buffett. Just
working
to
on
relax.
some
So new.
Yeah, some new stuff. Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Just staring off at the skyline.
I usually go there and order a chai
I'm doing
latte.
five
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah,
I put in Radiohead.
I just
my
focus.
To drown out the margarita.
Yeah, I just like the
just
atmosphere.
really,
I just like the place.
Yeah, 100%, dude. I just sit by the big sandal. It's like my mecca. I just pray to that 5 times a day.
Margaritaville has like
Yeah.
millennial, like early Instagram aesthetics. Like, you know what I mean? Like the whole thing feels like the toaster filter, big glasses, flat brim hat, whatever
I don't
that
know
era.
what-
I
of,
don't,
like,
I don't know what that is either.
you know what I'm talking about? Like a
No, not
like
really.
like a millennial Instagram post, like a 2009 Instagram post,
Like
where it'd
what?
be like
What would
a-
that mean?
like a
It was
early
like a
hipster.
sepia-
Like
like
what
a
you're talking about?
selfie.
Like
Yeah.
But like the duck lips, like that whole thing.
It does.
Like that
I think
era.
it does have that vibe.
Wait, so what's your answer on duck lips? Well, who's that for?
Yeah.
There's this really interesting article that I've read the headline of and haven't actually read.
Someone wrote a
Oh.
thesis paper.
But
on
then
duck
I've
lips.
seen,
Which is
like,
also
TikToks
every article
about-
ever.
Yeah.
It's like I read the headline and actually you're wrong.
Yeah, I'm always like, oh, trickle down economics is bullshit. But that is like how I get information. It's like someone who's like rich with knowledge thinks something, and then the middle class below them kind of digests it, and then gives me the poor person the footnotes.
yeah.
And
100%.
and I'm like, I get
Yeah.
it. I'm like a millionaire basically. But that there's this weird thing, like the way that the Kardashians kind of like wanted to be black and like culturally appropriated a lot of like they were like super tan and they all got bigger lips and they had their hair in like cornrows, and there's this weird like you're technically not like doing blackface, but you're very clearly gaining traction in popular culture by like stealing the aesthetics of another culture.
Yeah.
And there's this whole thing about like the
That's what duck lips is.
well, the kind of like Instagram face that's developed
Yeah.
is like this very weird, like at one point, like weirdly kind of racist, but also like, I guess these aren't different, but like culturally appropriating features from other races. Like if you look at how people edit their faces on Instagram, it's always kind of like they're very like light skin, but they have like kind of Asian eyes, but they have like bigger lips. Like they're like creating this like person that's like a weird kind of racist amalgamation of like.
but also,
You know what I mean?
Kind of beautiful. It's like coming together. We all look like.
on
We're all sort of a slightly Asian hot model with big lips. We're a tan. Do we all just look like Kim Kardashian? That's what Elon Musk. They're spending millions of dollars to fight everyone like looking like Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, but they.
The great replacement
that's like
theory.
being-
If they're gonna replace the nation with like 1 billion Kardashians, wouldn't that be cool?
But
Like,
that's
your
the most-
daughter will actually have a fat ass for once in your goddamn bloodline.
But that's like the most Nancy Pelosi neo-lib shit.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we have diversity. I put a tan filter on myself.
No, totally.
You know what I mean? You're, like,
Yeah.
you're like, this is still like.
Joke. No,
Like-
but it's also you can't ever. No one can ever call you on that because you could be like, "Hey, you making a stupid face? That's actually my culture. That's actually me.
No, yeah, it
you're
sounds
right.
like.
We look like the stupid thing you're doing.
I don't
Like,
mean to say
that's
that, like.
tough.
But, you know, yeah, I hope that. I don't mean for it to sound like a fucked up thing that I'm saying, but I've just seen a
Yeah.
lot of people analyze it and be like, when there was like the Kylie Jenner lip challenge,
Yeah.
it was like, oh, it's really weird that white people were like so against that as a feature and we're like, oh, that's unattractive. And then all of a sudden, Kylie Jenner decides it's attractive and now it's desirable because a white girl has that feature.
like
she
like
doesn't-
Martin Luther came down with the new. It's sort of like whatever the prophet says for white women.
yeah.
It's like here's the new thesis, and you're like, oh, now we love the big lip, and it's like.
That's 100% what the Kardashians are.
Yeah, they are,
Kardashians are
100%.
just like the prophets of white women.
Yeah.
They're like, no, we do this. The fat ass is in.
It's Moses coming down with the fucking 10 Commandments. There's a picture of duck lips, all that shit.
I mean, there are people that are literally saying the fact that the Kardashians like dissolved their BBLs and got back to being skinny was like a predictor that like conservatism was on the rise in America.
Can you-
That's like a real theory.
That's crazy.
Do you
You can
even-
read like think pieces about that. It's like a
Wait,
real
so
thing.
it's like just seeing the if you just study their body like a sundial. You like the smaller the
Yeah,
ass.
yeah. It's
The
like how you
closer
can-
we are
Right.
to fascism.
It's
the
like-
fatter the ass, the closer we are to equality.
It's like how
Yeah.
they track
Like
the
these
big.
Barack Obama photos. Jesus
It's
Christ.
like how they track the Big Mac to like see where the economy, if it's going to go into like a depression, like if it goes down,
Yeah.
they just look at their ass. Also,
Yeah.
imagine having the money to reduce your ass, to shave down. How do you get rid of ass?
Can you imagine spending money to be ugly?
build
truly,
an
what a
ass and then take
truly,
it
what a
apart.
goddamn luxury.
Dude, if you look at the Kardashians like 10 years ago, you're like, you would think that it was like a mixed race girl, and now they're all trying to be like skinny and white again. It's very fucking weird.
Armenians have always kind of been like, what are we doing? They're like, we don't, they're like, we got genocided, so they're like, maybe we're diverse, and they get here and they have a lot of money. They're like, maybe not, you know. So they're really trying to pick teams.
trying to restart.
And it is a very white girl thing to do for their defense to be like, how could I have done blackface? My mom is trans. that has nothing to do with that.
I'm like, it checks out somehow.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
Okay, yeah. Caitlyn Jenner is gonna be just. I feel like an image of her standing outside of an ICE detention center is gonna happen any day.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's the lyric.
Yeah, she's like
Yeah.
for real Republican.
Oh,
Yeah, just like all traditional values. And
the
like,
trans
okay.
one. What is it? Caitlyn? Wait.
Caitlyn
Yeah,
Jenner.
Caitlyn Jenner. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
he's
not
like,
very law and order of them. She's a full-on murderer.
Yeah.
She hit a person with a car.
yeah,
and killed
she's a
him.
transgender felon
And
like Olympic athlete.
in a mixed race family.
Yeah, she's literally who they like the supervillain that they're trying to from like the boys who they think exist.
Dude, what a
They
life.
think
Olympic athlete killed someone, switched to fucking being a woman. I mean, that's it, everything.
That's kind
Yeah,
of
you've
all of the
experienced every possible
every
human
possible
emotion.
human emotion there is. Like, put her on the moon, and
things.
that's a wrap.
It. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
She's like Alexander
so
Webb
funny.
because
Shoot her
there's
to
no
Mars,
more
like
worlds
this.
I
to
felt
conquer.
what it's like to be a man on top of the world. I felt what it's like to be a woman that no one understands. I felt what it's like to see the life leave a man's eyes.
Which was the best feeling out of all three.
You think as she was murdering the person, she's like, "Oh, I'm for sure a man." That's like the moment that she's like, "Oh, I love this too much." By the way, that I'm.
She transitioned and now she poisons people. Women's weapon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I gotta go back.
she's poisoned millions since the transition. she's felt what it's like to be a man, a woman, and God. It's everything. There's
In
literally
that
nothing
order,
left.
Getting closer each and every
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
I've met God and she is a transgender murderer.
That seems about right, actually. You met God and they were a transgender murderer. You're like, that adds up.
Fucking why
You had
not?
all the traits of all the different things.
That is so funny though. That she's
Yeah.
experienced everything.
She's really done it all. I mean, what's next? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Can't be a podcast. That's what everybody has when they run out of stuff to do. It's like the
This
Obamas
is sort of a
and
those who
everybody else.
can't do teach situation.
Yeah. It's not for like former demigods to come hang out. Yeah.
Do you
Send her
think,
to the moon.
Yeah, or like put her in a sub to go down to the Titanic or something like that. Either go way out or way deep.
Yeah,
Like, just
that's it.
Shoot her somewhere really
We
far.
should. I think that's a new shoot billionaire. You get to choose
Yeah,
deep ocean, far in the sky, but you
Yeah.
gotta leave.
yeah.
we are going to deport you.
We're deporting you deep in the
To outer
build
space.
Atlantis if you're so smart, or you start over on Mars. You did it on Earth, bud. So we're gonna send you all your money on Mars. I think that's the two places you could go.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
If you had to compete in the Olympics in one event, what do you think you'd have the best shot at?
Fucking like beer darts. Is that an
You
event?
could be the announcer.
100%.
Yeah,
should be an
yeah. I
Olympic-
could announce. I could do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That would really. I would watch the Olympics if beer darts was a sport, or like others. Asking your
Totally.
friend to borrow 20 for a bag, but
You and
actually
Eli.
doing the entire bag.
Yeah.
Head to head.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Just
Yeah.
training you like Rocky.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. The Olympics it's every year that it comes. Well, it's every 4 years. Every 4 years when it comes around, I get fucking stoked for it, and then I turn it on, and the first day I immediately get bored as fuck.
Yeah.
Are
Like,
you
it's
more of a
just
Summer Olympics or Winter Olympics
Winter
guy?
all the way.
Yeah,
you
same.
gotta go winter.
Like figure skating? I love watching
Dude,
figure
curling?
skating.
That's crazy.
Curling is hilarious.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
It's wild.
What
Why
if
would someone
you
like
were-
snowboarding?
train
Shaun
for your
White?
entire life for curling?
Yeah, it's like bowling and also cleaning. I don't really understand it.
Too exciting as it gets.
It's like vacuuming a little bit. You have to be loaded, right, to even pursue
Yeah.
that. Because what do you do when it's not the Olympics? Like, what you have to train all the time. Like, how do you?
Yeah, and it's not like hockey or something where it's like they're planted up pods out in the middle of it. Like there's no like underground.
Imagine
curling.
a
Yeah.
fight breaking out though.
Curling.
Someone
Yeah.
smashes him in the head, they fucking kill him.
Yeah.
You fucked my puck. You fucked it.
You weren't supposed to sweep there.
Just like gouging their eyes out, you know? That would be
Or
sick.
just scrubbing their face really fast.
yeah. You fucker. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
curling
God.
might be curling. It would just be I wouldn't even have the capacity to understand how bad I was doing.
Yeah, me
You know what I
neither.
mean?
But I look at it, I'm like, I could do that. Fucking any. You could just go shove it like a rubber thing back and forth.
Is it like
there's-
stand up though, where they're just making it look like that? It's like the best. You get into it though, and you're like, that's really fucking hard. It's just
You're
the
like,
greats
whoa.
make it look like
Yeah.
anybody could do it.
Is curling like
Yeah.
is curling the crowd work of the Winter Olympics? It's like they're just talking to people.
Yeah. It's like you go up there and try it. I really love I would love to know someone who like was one of the world's best like bowlers and like what the hell they're
Oh,
like.
dude,
What's the
fucking,
open mics of bowling? I kind of
I
want to
think
know
it's the
that.
gutter.
Crew.
yeah, that is the
I
open
think it's
mic
right
for
next
sure.
to our open mic.
Well, you know the only famous bowler I know is the number 5 guy. Remember him?
No,
The dude who fucking what's Pete Weber? You don't know Pete Weber?
no.
No.
He won like 5 titles in a row, and then in the 5th one, he had this like viral melt. He like won the 5th one, and he fucking screamed at a guy in the audience who was trying to distract him the whole time, and he goes, "Number 5," and he points at the guys. Who do you think you are? I am. And who do you think you are? I am. Is
That's
like
pretty great.
It's an amazing. It's
That's,
amazing.
That's an amazing.
It's like one of
line.
the best
also,
sound
it's so
bites.
intense for bowling. Like
It's
it's,
so-
just if
yeah.
you zoom
Wow.
out where it's like, who do you think you are? It's like, who
Dude,
do you
it's-
think you are?
Yeah.
You're the best in the world at bowling. Okay.
Also, fucking.
I think if you said that on a date, they'd be like, yeah, I am. I mean, what? You like
You got 5 rings for bowling.
yeah.
Just fucking weighing down your hand.
Margaritaville?
Yeah. Check out Pete Weber. He's a fucking legend, though.
Yeah.
He's an absolute legend.
That's fucking yeah.
What
But
about-
I would just love to know like what's the honesty to it. It's like they all didn't believe me. It's like kids' birthday part. Like who's like really doubting you at the bowling alley? Like
Dude.
I don't
But
know.
bowling seems hard because it's like you can bowl a perfect thing, so it's like you would just have to be perfect every time, right?
Yeah.
Like if someone could just have a strike every time, it's not like, oh, you're gonna attempt a new trick.
Where
You
there's
just have to
only-
be
there's-
perfect.
it's
You
like-
can only go down
Yeah,
from
yeah,
perfect.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I think.
Yeah.
Totally. It's like Kim Kardashian's ass.
Yeah.
It's only down from here.
Shaving off, adding some on.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how anyone becomes a professional bowler. I also don't know how anyone becomes a professional referee. Like how the fuck do you get into
That's
that?
like,
That's a great
seems
question.
Like, honestly,
You
one
know?
of the sickest jobs ever.
Yeah, but, like,
Besides
how do
people
you-
randomly wanting to murder
Yeah,
you.
people hate
Do you start on the
Yeah.
high school level and then like
But it's funny because it's like a cops with the least amount of stakes, and everyone's like, it doesn't matter. It's like being a mall cop, and you're like, you did the rules wrong. But like nobody died. Like nobody cares. You just blow a whistle and probably make a pretty decent living.
Yeah, but you probably I
but
mean,
everyone hates you. Somebody hates you out there.
Everybody hates me now. What the hell am I getting for?
Yeah, that's fair. We'll be sick. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't know how you get into that. Like how do you get
Yeah,
there?
like
I think I
refs
kind of
will-
assumed
also,
they were
like-
like failed players.
yeah.
But
that's
the guy
definitely
who,
not
like,
right.
wanted to, because no one's ever like, I want to be a ref.
Yeah.
No one's like, I want, because they were never in great shape either. They have like a beer belly. They look a
They're
little
like
mad.
sprinting.
Yeah, even though they have to run.
Dude,
No.
yeah, they're running.
What
through
if the black and
basketball.
white? What if we find out that was all like prison labor?
Like outsourced.
They're wearing
$2. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to go ref the Timberwolves game now. I was working on a chain gang for 10 years, and then I was on the Mavericks. Mavericks for a while. Fucking. Dude, but sometimes they almost like run into those giant fucking players, dude. I'm like, that seems like crazy. Like,
yeah, no, risky, and you're
like-
pissing off them too, which is like
Yeah.
dread death.
But I guess if you like hit a referee, you're probably fucked. You're probably in a bunch of trouble.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, or they even
It's
be
a-
like harsher with you the rest of the game. Like maybe they look out for him.
Yeah, but you could just like break their neck though. You could just like
yeah. That's the thing. It's like, but if you get one solid hit, if
We
you
don't
have
wanna hit.
like one hockey hooligan hits you in the head, it's over.
yeah, it's fucking done.
Then you're just another hockey player.
That's
You
their
become too
recruit.
stupid to be a refugee. Then you're just
refugee.
The refugee.
referee. That's what. Yeah, have the refugees
Those who
become
can't
refs. Yeah.
They're like, oh, now you're gonna let me decide where lines are?
But I would. Yeah, no one.
Crossing the border, safe. Calling it right now.
First down. Up there by a millimeter.
Did you grow up playing a lot of sports?
No, I played football in middle school and literally did not know how football worked
Yeah.
until I was
You're
done.
like, I'm having a dick. It'll come to me.
Yeah,
It'll
yeah.
just, I'll figure it out.
No one ever explained how football works. We were just like, there was like holes, and I didn't know what the fuck to do. I would just make contact with somebody and fall to the ground, so it looked like I was like doing something.
You were just falling on a
yeah,
field.
I was falling.
Because also, if you're a kid, that's just what it looks like. It's like everyone just says start, and then they run and fall.
Yeah,
And you're
Yeah,
like,
it
oh, that's
kinda-
what it is.
100%.
Just run full time.
And it's like so complicated when you're
Yeah.
like 10. You're like, I have no idea what the fuck.
Yeah,
is
you're like,
going
you got to
on.
get past the 7-yard line. You're like, I just thought I pushed down the guy. And they're like, no, not that guy. And you're like, what?
Dude, I think I literally
Yeah.
blew coverage on our team like every single play,
Yeah.
every game. We were like losing. We lost every single game, and I think it was exclusively because of me. You know, I was my calling was the arts, and I found it. Yeah, I sucked at sports. Did you play sports?
No, not at all. Terrible at it. Was a big fat uncoordinated kid. I really just kind of like sat and judged people and talk shit and got high. And
Yeah.
one would argue I still pretty much do most of those things.
This is not changed at all.
Yeah, no, I got a little bit more like wisdom on account of the failing that came from that lifestyle, but it was a lot of that. Yeah, I was fat, angry. And I just kind of did a lot of. I just like hung
Did you
out.
play sports? No, I sat and judged people. It's so funny.
I thought I even back then I had like a 47-year-old who got off work attitude. We're like, that's a lot of work. You run around outside. I was like, I just got home from school. I want to eat Doritos and watch TV and stuff.
I tried a lot of sports but failed. Like I remember doing Taekwondo and they like explained like a combination thing we were supposed to practice, and I couldn't remember it, so I was just doing random shit and like bumping into people, and I was like crying, but still like fucking doing
I did.
it.
You know, I tried to get into Taekwondo. Guess why I tried to get into Taekwondo?
Why?
Because I read an article in health class that said it's good for depression.
Oh my god!
In,
How,
like,
how
7th
old were
grade.
you?
And I was like,
Damn, dude.
And I was like, dude, if I could just get into Taekwondo, this will solve everything. And then, like,
Just didn't talk to your parents or anybody. at
well,
all.
then I was like, I gotta just like somehow figure this out. So my grandfather tried to get me to type, but then it made me feel worse because it was all like 5-year-olds, and I'm just this big, fat, depressed 7th grader that was like, oh, I thought this would make me less sad. I'm like running in a circle with a 5. They have like a black belt. I'm like, I could kill this lady. I could sit on her.
Did
You
they,
did
Your
a
bloodline.
5-year-old black belt?
Yeah, it was a scam. It was just your kid is supposed to sit somewhere for an hour, and then we'll give them new belts for sitting there.
dude, it's
You
all
know
about
what
the
I mean?
color belts when you're a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty huge.
So I'm a white belt in Taekwondo. I'm not trying to be
Yeah, white belt.
fucking brag, dude. But
Fuck
yeah,
yeah.
my mom's like, we're not using any of this tax check in the future for you to sit in pajamas and just be sad.
Dude, I was pretty much the same as you. I would just be like the personal comedian to the bully in grade school so
Yeah.
that he wouldn't bully me.
That's a smart move.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I tried. See, that was actually because I did get bullied, but then I just was like, I'll get my ass kicked, but I'll say something really mean to you, and it'll stick.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like I'm playing the long game here.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? I'm playing.
You had
I
more
wanna
darkness
develop, like,
inside of you.
I want you to have like an eating disorder in your 20s because of me. You know what I mean? That was like, for example, the sports thing. So I was bad at sports and making fun of me, and then so this kid he scored like he did really well in volleyball, and I was like, oh, maybe now your dad will let you back inside. Kind of what I told him.
Jesus Christ. Dude. You had a lot of darkness growing up inside of you.
It was a bad time.
Fuck
You
yeah.
grew up in Kansas?
Yes, Kansas City. But yeah, Kansas.
Near
Yeah.
Overland Park?
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
Jack
I
Harlow?
got family in Overland Park.
Do you?
Yeah.
Wait, do I know
My
who?
grandma's out
Jack
there.
Harlow.
Jack Harlow.
Isn't he from Kansas?
Wait, who's Jack Harlow? Is
The
that...
white rapper.
Oh, wait.
He's
What
got
he...
long curly hair.
He
He's like
what's
five
his
white guys
really
and not in
famous
sync.
song?
No, I don't know Jack Harlow. I'll just stop you right there. I'm like, maybe if I get more details, I'll remember if I know
like
Jack
Fred- yeah, I do
Harlow.
remember
The
Fred
white
is a
rapper.
super
Like, what am I
successful
waiting
rapper.
for to say that I don't know this guy?
The one with the giant purple horn on his head?
I'm like,
oh, yeah.
a couple more details about it. It's coming to me. Yeah, don't know Jack Harlow. A lot of white rappers. Yeah, there's
A lot
definitely
pretty
some of
big,
those.
but he's sort of their go. Yeah.
yeah, I mean
He's not a
Eminem.
bad rapper, I will say. It's kind of the same thing every time, but it's a good song.
His new song with Doja Cat is like so horny that I like had to turn it off. And
Every
that makes me
song
sound
he
like
makes
so
is-
stuck
I
up.
also-
But it was literally like, I'm gonna come in your pussy, you thick white cunt. Like it's like
Yeah.
that level of like, oh my
It's
god.
also so much
I'm gonna
of like,
dance with it.
I think, yeah, if I was from Kansas and looked like that, I'd also be like, I'm the hottest man that's ever.
Yeah, it's also I'm watching like
yeah.
like a tiny white guy say this to Doja Cat.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's also
ew,
like, yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
Ew.
Objective 6 being
right,
like,
dude.
I'm a sex icon. It's
Come on.
Yeah, you take that kind of, yeah. I mean, I spent some time in Iowa. I'd be like, yeah, I'm the hottest person that's ever lived. You go,
Dude, the bar is so low.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you like wash your ass bi-quarterly,
Everybody,
you're
dude,
there.
I go
At
back
a
to.
Love's truck stop.
Yeah.
I am such a New York 5, and I go back to Kansas City, and I look fucking great. I'm
Oh,
in like the
yeah,
best
you're like,
shape
you're
of
like,
anyone.
dude, I am the best thing that's ever. They're like,
Yeah.
holy shit, what are you doing?
No, yeah, they're like, how do you do
Caring
it?
about your physique is like sort of gay. Nice.
No, yeah, exactly. They're like, you're down to what, 2 beers a night? They're like, that's crazy. How do I get on that diet?
Health not over here. Yeah.
And you're like, what do you mean how?
Yeah, I was
You
like,
drink 2 beers a night.
how do you get on
I
the
don't
regimen?
get it, man.
Yeah. I mean, no bread,
Yeah.
no burn-in sandwich.
Wait, but where do you spend time away from your wife?
Yeah,
I'm not kidding. You just hang out with her at night or something, or what?
it's great, dude. They get fatter. I stay the same size. It's amazing. I go back. It's nuts.
What was growing up in Kansas like for the most part?
I don't know, like growing up pretty much anywhere in the suburbs. I mean, grew up in the suburbs. You know?
Yeah, okay.
So
It wasn't like
I
middle
feel
of
there's a
nowhere.
copy and
Yeah,
paste
we
it,
grew up.
like,
We
Yeah.
grew up in like North Carolina, the same kind of guy.
suburbs.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
40 minutes apart, but same.
Did you
Yeah.
guys like grow up together? Like, did you
No.
know each other's
No,
kids?
we lived like 40 minutes apart, and then we met doing open mics at like end of high school.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Do you guys know Jack Harlow by chance? he lived in North Carolina for a couple years.
Yeah.
Didn't know if you guys knew him by chance.
Sort of a joking. I didn't genuinely think you knew Jack Harlow because I feel like you would have dropped him by now.
I didn't
If I knew
genuinely
Jack
think
Harlow,
that
I'd bring that
after
up
you
all
said
the
you
time.
Oh
did.
yeah.
It would be like the first time. Like, I was just hanging with buddy Jack. Oh, Jack Harlow. Doja Cat. But yeah, the suburbs are uniquely copy paste kind of soulless environment. When did you? So you weren't into sports. What did you do for fun? But
I drew my little pictures.
Oh, that's
and-
cool.
Yeah.
I'm an artsy kid.
I was kind of an artsy kid. I had all these comic books and I'd bring them to school.
I loved wanted to be a cartoonist when I was a little kid.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
loved the
same.
Far Side Gallery.
Yeah, I love like Matt Groening and all that shit.
Oh, dude, they're fucking great. Do you have
Yeah.
the book with like the buddies? that were
yeah,
super
all the
sad?
childhood is hell and all that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Super great. Yeah, we were hung out in a very small part of Borders that was reserved for sad nerds. I feel
Dude,
like.
yeah, I feel like we had
know
a very
exactly, yeah,
adjacent.
it's literally a
Yeah,
shelf.
yeah.
That's like a type of person.
I feel like you grow up in the suburbs, you're not good at sports. You just have to either be like the funny kid or like good at drawing. You have to like something.
You gotta have be really good at like school, but I didn't have that either.
No, me
which
neither.
sucks because it's like
No, it
the
sucked.
jock. It's because all the power comes out of the field. And then you're like, this guy's just stupid and dumb.
Yeah,
This guy's just fat and dumb.
fat and dumb, dude. Yeah, I was fully
I
fat
think we
and
got a
dumb.
lemon. It's a big fat lemon.
Dude, I think I was overfed as a child too. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like what they call husky. I was just like chubby.
They threw that around too. Yeah, it was like Hercules thing from what's that one? What's the movie where Eddie Murphy gets fat?
Oh,
Nutty Professor.
Nutty
Yeah.
Professor.
Yeah, like it's like that was kind of that where my mom's always like, "You look great. You're hefty." And you're like, it's
There's always the
horrible.
word husky. It was so insulting.
Yeah.
Well, and I thought I was so fat growing up, and then I found out later that like 7 of my best friends got like hospitalized for anorexia, and I was like,
Oh.
we were like measuring it against a kind of
But that's
crazy
almost
metric.
like when you do like
I was like, God, I'm a piece of shit.
But
He was like,
2007,
they almost
yeah.
died. Yeah.
that's almost like going up in the
toothpicks.
cellar, like doing a hard room makes you better.
Or it sends you in the other direction where you get the opposite eating disorder.
Yeah. They ate like one saltine cracker a day. Yeah, just fucking spun out. That's great. So do you have friends that like didn't eat anything?
Yeah, well, we kind of had like a ragtag team of kids that all like the kind of hacky joke of like, oh, this looks like a community college brochure, like everyone's here, and
Yeah.
it was like that, but like mental illness. You know what I mean? Like we had like
Yeah.
one anorexic person, one suicidal person, one anxious person. Like it was like everyone had a thing that like landed them in or near a hospital at some
Wow,
point.
that's like a
But we all
Pixar movie
would
about
kinda, like-
horrible emotions. They like didn't make it to the editing floor. They're like, we can't. No, we're not having an eating disorder animation.
Yeah, literally it was
like,
like
"No, we
Inside
can't."
Out, but from hell.
Yeah. I like how you were pitching this as a Pixar movie that never made it, and it was fully Inside Out. They're like they've done every possible thing.
I don't want. I think I'm a genius. I'm just pitching Pixar movies. All these things. I get an agent. I just pitch 8
What do you
Pixar
think
movies.
happens to your toys when you're not home?
No, the nightmares come from somewhere. I tell you, they have a big warehouse full of them.
But yeah, that was we had a little like we kind of like weirdly trauma bonded over it.
Totally.
And then you get out and you're like, whoa.
And then
That was weird.
And then now
Yeah.
you got an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
you just drum bomb with people that also do stand up.
Yeah, now I found
Yeah.
everyone else from that friend group in their high school who was the one person who didn't heal, and then we all hang out. It's like an NCAA bracket or something.
Yeah, who's gonna meet at the end?
It's sort of a forever match, if you will.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I was a little bit of a chunky kid as well. But I played a lot of sports. I just played them poorly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I never got to just have fun. It was like sports was always horrible. Like it truly felt like the first like 30 seconds in Hunger Games where like everything gets blurry and like, fuck, what do I do? Every time I had to play sports was like that. I felt like as a kid.
Yeah, I also played basketball for like 5 years. I fucking sucked at that.
Yeah, everyone told me that
So
as a
bad.
kid too. They're like, oh, you're tall, you should play basketball. I was like, that chanted.
And then
I'm winded coming up
that
the stairs.
won't change anything.
every year at tryouts, I still thought that I could like make the A team somehow, even though I like fucking sucked at it. I would just throw the basketball the same time the best kid at basketball would shoot at the basket, thinking that the coach would like think if his ball went in that maybe that was my ball that went in.
That's so funny.
Just like,
Schrodinger's cat
yeah. I was like, he's got to think like
he's like, I'm gonna
I
mind
made
fuck
half of those
everybody
at
here.
least.
Yeah, dude.
Right.
It's about showing face. As long as you're near the ball.
Yeah.
You're
Didn't work.
networking with a basketball.
A guy makes a basket. Oh, thumbs up. Me. That was me. Just trying to do.
See that, coach?
trying to give him like a Pavlov's dog association. A guy makes a basket and you go, Joe Nunnick. What's it?
Yeah, I'll just go
Inceptioning him.
yes after every one the other kid made. Let's go, and then run back to the other side. Dude, and then they post like the A team, B team on like some door or some
We
shit.
don't have to call it A and B.
I know, and then all of the kids go up there at the same time and look at the two papers.
Tough.
Yeah.
See, that's why you don't even
B
play.
stands for
You already know
brutal.
you're gonna
Yeah,
lose.
for
You just
beta,
don't even get in there.
beta cuck bitch.
You gotta just. That's how you win the game. You stand outside and you make fun of those people.
Yeah, no.
And then I
100%.
tried to do that as a career. I was like, if I could just keep doing this, just standing outside and be like, "You suck," actually, and then they'll be like, "He's the you suck guy." That was my plan. When did you try to do that? Try to start stand up?
Try to start stand up?
Yeah.
Probably when I was like 19. Yeah. Started
Oh,
when I
dude,
was-
we all started young too. I started
Yeah.
at 17, plus 18.
Yeah, 16.
Yeah, so you started
17,
really young,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was 19. Everybody was like, "You're like a comedian," you know. And then like, it goes to your head. You're like, "Oh my god, I've got to try."
Then you show up to a mic and you're like, you're ready for an hour. And
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh, that's a
I was like,
slap
"Do you
in the
know
face."
when you fart?" And it's like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh fuck." Dude, one time. Yeah. My third time up, I like got high before, and then I
Oh,
forgot
I've
like
never-
whatever material
Yeah.
I had,
Yeah.
and I said like one thing, got no laughs, and then I couldn't think of anything else, and then I was like, I forgot into the mic, and someone was like, "Run!" And I literally
my
just
God.
like left. I like
Oh,
Yeah.
that's horrible.
Sweating
But
bullets.
those early,
Terrified.
You doing stand up, you really like go through a lot of inhuman amounts of public humiliation.
Yeah.
Like the amount of times I've disappointed a mass group of people, it's like easily a
It's
small
like being
city.
the president of like a small failing
It's
nation.
like
Yeah.
it's for sure a suburb of Cleveland. Amount of people have seen me and gone, "What the fuck?" Yeah,
So that is like such a unique experience only we have.
Yeah,
to
nobody-
disappoint so many people.
Did you?
yeah. Well, usually everyone disappoints like you got your partner, your family. But your family at most, what's that? Like 15 people. Like it's like
Yeah.
like the entire early show. At a sold out, the club asked you to host. You
We
didn't
also
have
make
it.
a lot more people happy.
That's true. But is that fun? Does anyone give a fuck about that on the podcast? It was a whole fun little riff. Oh, well, we make people happy and successful. Fuck you, Maddie.
Making people
Rubbed my
happy.
face like a cat that shit on the floor.
Yeah.
Making them laugh is like the job. That's like what the job. That's
Yeah.
like what. That's
Yeah,
like what they
that's
went there for.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
it's not that, it's
Yeah,
like
that's
what the fuck.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's
whoa.
just satisfactory.
They're like, I paid a ticket. Why is this bad and shitty? You know? They're like
That's not
shifting in
often-
their seats
It's not
uncomfortably.
often that
Like,
you're like, oh, I'm going to an art museum. Then you go, you're like, oh, there's nothing here. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, normally there is.
yeah.
Normally people like the painting.
And it's filled with masterpieces.
At
You're
all.
like,
It
yeah.
sucks. I'm working on it.
And it's like
It'll be there.
it's like what if a painting could be so bad that people could look at it and like not see it? Like literally be like, I don't get like there's like nothing there.
I'm not even. That's not even close to a cloud, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the. You could draw a vase if you tried, bud. Piece of shit.
Did you have this voice when you started? Like, have you had this voice since you were like a teenager? Because that's very funny to me. It's like you have such a like confident, like beautiful announcer voice, but you'd be like, well, actually,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Not quite sure.
And
That is 100%
I
what
forgot
happened.
what
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
going to say.
It's 100%. And I guess I don't have a punchline for that. I have no material, and I'm about to shit my pants.
oh wait, this would be kind of fun, Maddie. What do you have any favorite bomb stories for me? And I'll say one for you.
Okay, so what you just said,
Yeah.
you were like, I remember a time when you bombed really hard, but do you want to go first? Favorite bomb story for you
Yeah,
that I was there for?
yeah,
Not that I just like heard about through word of mouth.
yeah. Not through the masses.
I mean, well,
That's
the
putting me in it.
titular phone is in the bag was a pretty good one.
That's a pretty good one.
When
I
Kenyon,
mean,
Kenyon bombed at a mic. I mean, I bombed. It was a mic. It
Yeah, it's a
wasn't.
mic.
Yeah.
Everyone wasn't like, ugh. You were
Yeah.
just like,
It was a show.
oh, it was a show.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. Well, then yikes.
Kill
It
yourself.
felt like a mic.
And then Kenyon got off stage and was so frustrated with himself that he threw his phone and it ricocheted off the wall somewhere. And we were like freaking out trying to help him find his phone. He's like, I don't know what I fucking did. God damn it. And we finally found his phone. It had bounced off the wall and landed in his backpack. And we were like, oh, we were freaking out. It was
Phone's in the
fine.
bag.
Phone's in the bag.
It's all
dude.
going to work out.
Phone's in the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we got it.
That's the name of the
podcast.
podcast, right?
Yeah.
Oh my
So
god.
If you're,
Yeah, it's all coming together.
Yeah, it's
if
all
you're-
coming together.
If you're
Yeah.
freaking out, don't
My
worry.
mind just fucking
Probably
exploded.
All ended up where it needs to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Insane.
It's like when they say the name of the special in the special. Wait, what? That's what we're doing right now.
You look right at the camera. Wink. Yeah. We'll break the fourth wall. Wait, so what's your favorite bomb story, Maddie?
I don't know, because you never really like flat out like this. It's mainly just like honestly, and I don't know if there was a lot you could have done, but
I
it's
have
like
no
when we
idea.
went on that shitty trip to Iowa, and you just I don't think you were like you didn't like eat it, but it was just tough.
Oh my god.
It was like 10 people at a late show,
Oh, it was
and it was like
brutal.
in this like basically like abandoned amusement park. Like the amusement park is also full, by the way, but they're not here to see you at all.
And there's people outside on like Ferris wheels eating like carnival food.
Yeah,
And it's like,
like
anybody want to come into the conference room?
Yeah, it looked like
Brutal.
an empty wedding. Like you were performing for an empty wedding. We were all like, I don't like I
The
was in a
stage
weird
was
place.
so high.
The stage was so
That's so
high.
funny.
You can hear
Oh.
the echoes of yourself.
Dude, yeah, that was really
There's so
And-
many. There's
yeah,
so many
I
of
was
those.
just sitting backstage, just hearing your jokes like bounce back at you, like almost just like those like in a science museum where you can yell and hear the voice like bounce off. Just doing that.
Yeah, where like I'm whispering, but it's coming in loud as fuck. Yeah.
And it was just funny to be
Brutal.
like, she's one of the fun. It's just 10 fat eye. Like, I haven't heard again. Anything more. Stare forward, like, what's that all about?
You know, we
It
went
was like
road-
more like a sideshow than a comedy show. They're like, look, it's all
Is this
people
the bearded
Fox News
lady
tells you now.
exhibit?
Dude, I had a really similar
A lot of
experience.
talking, not a lot of beard. That's what I'm saying.
I had like a very similar bomb. When I was like 2 or 3 years in, I went to do this like it was like a fair in some town in Missouri, like an outside, like the streets were like filled with people and vendors and like all kinds of shit going on. It's like a Ferris wheel, and we're like literally in a conference room off the street, like looking down onto it, and I'm like on this really high stage, and there's like 10 people there, like no one, like not even a breath comes out of anyone's fucking mouth. For
No.
like, I think I'm doing like way more time than I have, so I'm like supposed to do 20 minutes, and I have like 12 or something.
Isn't it sometimes the closest you feel to God? Like, you're like, I am out of my body right now. Like,
Yeah,
I have disassociated and left Earth. Like, sometimes when it's like pure silence and disappointment and everything's going wrong, I can really feel myself like this is an astral projection.
Well, 'cause
Like,
there's-
I am part of a larger, like, I'm going to leave my body right now and join an infinite consciousness.
But it's just so extra brutal to look outside the
Yeah.
window in the middle of it and see an actual carnival.
Fun.
Like just people with cotton candy laughing. And there was like 2 teenagers just staring at me in the front row, like,
What the fuck? Yeah. I could have been at the amusement park right now.
yeah, they were all like afraid to
I'm like,
laugh.
look, it's the Joy Maker, and you're just literally Axel Joy's outside. It's like right there. They're like, no, it's a guy. He's so fun. We have to sit and just hear him.
The joy maker, so funny.
He's a chuckle inducer. This one, and
The
then just
chuckle
nothing. They're like,
inducer.
oh god, he's really. I think that's why everybody's like, you should do it now because it doesn't seem that hard. Because everyone has probably gotten a laugh from someone in their life, right?
Yeah.
So they're like, well, if you're a comedian, you should just every fucking thing you do, like you
Yeah.
enter a room like Kramer or something, you have a clown nose on, you do a bummer. So that's why I like got it. Like day jobs when they find out you're a comedian, living.
No, fucking nightmare.
Every time you walk into a break room, just like, what's this guy have to say? You're
Oh
like, I'm
my God. Put
hungover.
that
I
in
hate
It's like
myself.
how like when someone's like,
Yeah.
I have anxiety, and it's like, well, everyone has a little bit of anxiety, but do you have like a disorder?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has to be that, to actually
right.
be that, it has to be so much that it affects your daily life negatively.
Same with
You
comedy.
can't just have a little bit. Everyone has a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm tired of people saying I have anxiety. It's either a disorder or you're like everybody. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
Yeah, you're a little funny. You're a little anxious.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
But
have
are you-
I have
normalized being
access
like,
to
I have
emotions.
depression. It's
Yeah.
like, what does that mean? Are you depressed?
No.
Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you have like everyone's trying to get brownie points for just having access to emotions, just being a person. Yeah.
But like this is probably over talked about, but the therapy talk of it all is like,
Oh, I've been
on,
absolutely
bro.
actually on a real thing because I had like I was talking to somebody that was like basically just talking about a family member. They're like, well, my therapist says I don't have to care about it. And I'm like, okay, maybe your boundaries shouldn't be like, well, my dad's dying in the street, but that's my boundary. You know what I mean? Where it's like, how about you? I don't know if it's a good thing to be like, the person I pay says I actually don't have to give a fuck about anybody else.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay.
Yeah.
It just feels a little bit more like, just because you paint it up in a nice way doesn't mean.
It feels like sometimes people's therapists are just like writing a show as they go. You know what I mean? They're just like they're like writing next week's episode like in time for you. Like they've solved whatever problems, and now we're like getting into new weird spaces.
That's totally
That's
it.
so
Yeah, it's like
funny.
season 9 of Seinfeld. Kind of.
Yeah,
You're like, look,
exactly.
dude, Larry David's gone. What the hell are we doing? Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
Absolutely. You can tell when somebody's been in it too long. It's like
Totally.
you're just way
'Cause
up
they're
your
just
own
like-
ass.
just-
Like, what are you
It's
talking
also
about?
just like they'll say a normal thing. You're like, yeah, and that's just because of my dad. And you're like, maybe sometimes it's just a bad day, dude.
Yeah.
Like, legit is that- yeah.
You shouldn't have to conjure your own dad into your brain on a daily basis.
Yeah.
It's not normal.
I fucked up an omelet. My mom.
You should think about your
God damn
dad
it.
like once a year. Like you shouldn't like come up that often.
Maybe that's what it is. Is like therapy. Think about your dad somewhat, but ideal father-son relationship. You're like kind of never thinking about each other.
Yeah.
It's like an emotional one-night stand. He
Yeah,
comes
yeah.
up from work, you like have a beer, and you're like, hey, and then you forget he exists. And now we went too far into dad. We're thinking about it too. We need to
It's
go
like how
back.
turtles
center.
go back to the ocean or whatever. It's
Yeah,
like that. Yeah.
It needs to be like salmon swimming upstream. That's like having a beer with your dad on Christmas or something.
He lets you
Yeah.
go and he goes,
Yeah.
do something hard. You got to do something hard.
Go
That's
be
the-
somebody out there.
Yeah.
Them's the rules.
Yeah, steer
Yeah,
forward. Yeah.
Literally and figuratively swim upstream for the rest of your life
Yeah.
trying
I
to
think
prove something.
that's
to
also
Son.
why dads were able in the past to have so many like separate families. Is each child required so little. Like, literally,
That's
they're
right.
Like one hug every 3 years.
Dude,
It,
I-
like doesn't matter. And you were probably still like a top 10 dad in
And that's
1900.
the same thing that led guys to crypto is like that hustle grind set of like, I could do like 5 of these.
I feel like they want more families.
Yeah,
They're like, like, this doesn't seem like enough son
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, literally. Yeah, you just have to be like, come on, do something.
It's like, you can fill that time the same way if you loved one son all the way. Instead of 5. Whoa, sorry. Never mind.
Yeah, really,
We'll start crying.
Got really quiet.
one son all the way, this microphone disappears. It's like
I'm like, anyway,
it's
what
like
else?
when Thanos snaps his fingers and it all goes back.
What else should we talk about?
You and George is gonna stare forward at a bar alone
Yeah,
real
yeah.
quick for a while.
It's
Oh,
like you
yeah.
made me with your body,
yeah,
and then you're gonna.
They like have to care about you.
Yeah.
it's like the whole thing. Yeah,
not
that's
not
like a
everybody's
drive-by.
does, obviously, but like for the most part.
That's like, when in kindergarten you did that like experiment with the beans where you like would put it in a wet paper towel and you saw it grow into a plant. That's like dad relationship with the son. You're supposed to be like, now I have to care about that plant. Like I kind of forgot about all that. I just
just did the beans
I
thing.
just put that. Yeah, I did the beans thing. I put out a window. And they're like the teacher that was watching the whole thing. Maybe it's the greatest.
What a
That's funny.
fucking deep stretch for that. I don't know how you found that.
Stretch it out, dude. But yeah, you have a new special coming out.
I do, and I don't have a date right now. It was
Yeah.
supposed to come out April 10th, but 800-pound gorilla
Fuck
is
yeah.
making an offer, so it's gonna be on their channel in May.
Let's go.
And I don't know if do you guys like have to put this one out this
We can-
week?
we can save it
You
till
wanna-
then.
you wanna can
We'll
it?
save
Or
Or
we can
till it's
also
We'll can
do
it
it
for
now
you.
and you come on again. I mean, like, truly,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But yeah,
Because-
we can save it.
Yeah,
till
we
May.
like can it, and then so if you're watching it, it's
Yeah.
out now. So check
Yeah,
out
Perfect.
check it
800
out.
pound,
Yeah.
800
Little
pound gorilla's
message from
YouTube.
and that was before the invasion.
We just like time travel.
I know, that
That like
crazy.
broke my
like
brain.
time events.
I was like, and it's gonna be May, and then we'll do this late, and it's out now.
That was crazy. I did that. It's gonna be so funny when it's May and like that company's like gone or something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
It's
the
your
amount of
special
world
out, and you were
It's a
like-
little risky to be
Yeah.
like it'll be on this in May.
Yeah, they're like, what? That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
before New York was a
In
crater.
theory, it should be
so
out now.
much could happen
right,
between
right.
now and May.
And they're like, the Department of Homeland Security is releasing it. And you're like, that's not
800-pound
Yeah.
gorilla. Also,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Department of Defense was now an 800-pound gorilla. America's chosen the ultimate alpha figure. It's time to have these weak ass men. We're having fucking gorillas in charge, dude.
dude.
This helps promotion or hurts it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's called Keep the Change, and it's out now in theory.
Hell
That's
yeah.
such a good title, dude. And you taped it at the Gutter, right?
Yeah.
Dude,
Great
I'm so
venue,
sad I couldn't be
good
there for
time.
that taping, but that's like the fucking best
It,
for
it was fun, yeah. It was very nerve wracking to do. Have you done one? Have you?
No, I'm hoping to do one this year.
I feel like you're ripe for it. You
Oh,
gotta-
thanks.
the
I really
world-
wanted this year, but
Yeah, yeah.
it scares the fuck out of me. Like,
Oh my god, yeah. For months leading up to it, I was like,
Yeah.
pulling my hair out, but
No, that's a lot.
yeah. But then when the day comes, you're like, kind of like, I got this,
Total.
So.
Well, also you have to. You just spent so much money. You're like, it's gonna be.
yeah, like it has to
You
work.
spent so much recently, you're like,
But
who
also,
cares?
yeah, and then also it's like the easiest set you've ever done in your life.
Yeah, everyone's
Everyone's
there. They're
like
ready
rooting for you.
to
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
That's awesome.
exactly.
Totally.
Yeah, it's great. It's like the most fun ever.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I'm really happy with it, and yeah, check it out.
Fuck yeah. Well,
are
thanks
we
for
doing
doing
plugs? Are we at the?
it. Yeah. I
Damn,
think so.
you did it so smooth, and I was like, "Is it over? Let me check the time."
So,
Like, Kenyon, are you covertly ending the podcast? That was very cool of you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
That
really-
was
like-
smooth. I've never done plugs that smooth in my life.
that was really
buddy, people. Yeah, I'm pretty covert at ending things.
I usually
A little bit
there's
of a talent, Mike. Yeah. Actually, I'm just getting out of here, man. Just go to a bridge. But yeah.
Patreon.com/phone is in the bag. Come see us over there every week. And I'm on Instagram, MattyTWiener, and I have my stand-up dates on my Punch Up Live, which is in my bio. And it's also a mailing list if you want to know when I'm in your city. But come see me on tour before I tape this hour.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah. Kenny Comedy on Instagram and TikTok. Thanks for listeing.
And watch Joe's special.
Keep the
Yay.
change.
Bye. Out now.
Thanks for doing it.
Dude, that was so fun. Thank you for...
How much? Do you have a hard out?
Not really. No.
let me see. It's 6:30.
Oh, okay. Probably not then.
I might be a little tight on...
Because otherwise we would do. I would.
Yeah, sorry. I
Ask
would love
to
to
do
do a Patreon,
Patreon.
but
Yeah. Well, we got a main app in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll cut
Thank
the
you guys so much for
Dude,
Yeah,
thank you so much
thanks
for
for
doing
coming.
this. This was so fun.
Yeah.
We'll make a note to
Easy
save
to
this for
riff
May.
and
And dude, please come on like anytime.
Yeah,
Like,
great.